friends, it's John Ryan here, wishing you a very Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year. And I wanted to share a little bit of my story of Christmas past with the hope that I can inspire you and that you may share with me your story of what Christmas and the holiday season means and some things that you might need help with as we move into 2022, right? Being a kid, growing up on a farm and my dad had to go milk cows in the morning, so Christmas morning was super special, just waiting for him to come back home. We could see the barn from inside the house, and we could see when the lights would go off, and he'd be headed home to open presents, and just to have that super special big family Christmas and opening presents. And I'll never forget how big of a deal it was, If you know my story, we weren't a wealthy family by any stretch, but Christmas was a time where you sure felt like it, right? My mom really put a push on, and Santa Claus was really good to us on Christmas. And so I think back to those times and how much fun it was, and we carried it on for years. Christmas was just so big, so important to our family, and just everything it meant. And I think now, I know a lot of people, I have started to understand it as I've gotten older, that Christmas also can bring a time of sadness and of reflecting on the people that you miss. And without my dad, things are not quite the same. And Megan and I even talked about it the other day, where you have that, at least for us, we had that sweet spot where we had all four grandparents, and our kids got to experience that for a number of years. And so you think about the things that you miss, as well as the fun and the good times. And so Christmas rolls right into the new year and into New Year's resolutions, and it's just a time to reflect and a time to think about, like when you're a kid and you have your Christmas wish list. I talk with grown-ups about what is their wish list. What do they really want for their life? What do they really want to have change as we roll into the next year? And it's surprising how challenging that question can be. When you ask people, what do you really want? What do you really want out of life? Especially as it relates to your finances. It's a really challenging question. And so I'd love to hear from you. I'd love for you to tell me, what are you looking for in 2022? And I think about some of the great life change we see in the Christmas specials, right? I love the Charlie Brown Christmas. And I love that moment when Charlie Brown goes from being a blockhead to, all the kids singing around that Charlie Brown Christmas tree, and it becomes so beautiful. And they figure out Charlie Brown really didn't screw it up as bad as they thought. That's just a classic moment. You think about the Grinch, right? How his heart grew 3 sizes that day. What a change. And I watch that with my family every year. And every year he's a little scary, as he comes into town and creeps around and steals Christmas Day. And so those kinds of life change, they're a little bit harder to get outside of Christmas specials. They're a little bit harder to get for real people. And I love being part of helping those kinds of changes happen. And so, again, I'd love to hear from you. I'd love to hear, what kind of change would you like to see? What kinds of things do you really want to be different? And that's kind of my specialty. That's the thing that's been the most powerful in the last year of coaching, is helping people figure out what they really want, helping people figure out what that is in a way that's powerful enough to actually make life change happen, right? To actually go from Christmas Eve Grinch to Christmas morning Grinch, right? It's a big difference. And so if there's anything I can do to help you figure that out this year, if there's anything I can do to help you talk through it with your spouse or talk through it with your adult children, please leave me some commentary and let me know how I can help. Get in touch with me privately. If something I've said here rang a bell with you, please share this video with people you love. And again, very Merry Christmas and Happy New Year. John Ryan here for Financial Coaching. I'd love to hear from you and hear your Christmas story.